Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex Captain America Winter Soldier. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
If you like my content, please consider subscribing.
Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here. You can see everything he comes with. You can see that there's some stuff that's fallen out of this package and just kind of misaligned in here. It's all down in the bottom. There's the side of the package, some nice artwork on the side, and then some beautiful photographs of the figure on the back of the package. Man, this guy looks incredible. I cannot wait to get him opened up and mess around with him. There's the bottom of the package, the top of the package, and let's do it. Let's get him opened up and check him out. All right, starting with the best base in the business. Here is the Mafex stand. You get this long pole here, a couple of different grips, the articulated pole and the base. I love this. I'm glad we get one with every figure. And then starting off with his accessories here, he does come with 3 different knives. Actually, 2 different knives. He comes with 3 knives total, but this knife here and this other knife, they are identical. So you get 2 knives that are the same, and they go on 2 little sheaths on his back. You can see they're identical. Nice little silver paint work and black paint work on there as well. And then you have this other little knife that goes in his sheath on his side. You do have this nice Captain America shield that's nice and dirty and scuffed up, and it looks well worn. And let's see if we have the same problem that we did with the Captain America shield with these things not. Yep. Oh, buddy. I've got that plugged in properly and lined up with the key that's in there. It's keyed at the top, and yeah, it's just not gonna, these things are just not made to stay in. I just don't get it. I don't know why they designed them this way. It's just not that good. It just doesn't really work. Let's see if the smaller one works any better. No, a little bit, but it is what it is. At least I don't have to try to get it on his back like Captain America. He comes with lots of hands here. So here we have a pair of like open splayed gesturing hands. We have another pair of knife wielding hands. These are for the 2 knives that are identical because they have a little wider handle on them. We have 2 relaxed set of hands, which is really nice. We have 2 open splayed out hands that are very similar, but a little bit different than these hands. These hands are opened a little bit wider than the first set that we looked at. They're very similar. Not sure we needed both sets of those. And then we have 2 gripping hands for the smaller knife because it's got a more rounded handle on it. And then here we have 2 trigger finger hands, which I'm super glad they included, even though they did not include any guns for him to use. I really appreciate that. And then we have the stars of the show here, and that's these 3 head sculpts, and I think they look incredible. They look just like Sebastian Stan. They look so good. They're so beautifully painted, and yeah, I have no complaints here. Here we have one with the lower mask on, which I think looks nice and scary and intimidating. Being able to see his eyes looks incredible, but this right here, here's the beast. This guy is just insane, and I don't know if you can actually see this on camera, but in hand you can see that the goggles are actually clear and see-through, and they have a red tint to them, very much like Darth Vader's goggles. And you actually can see the eyes back behind there. So that's really cool that they added that, because you can't really see it on camera. So I apologize for that. Next up, we are going to be adding some guns that I purchased from Gridiron Studios. This one here is pretty close to what he used in the movie, but this pistol is not. I just got this pistol because I wanted him to have a sidearm, and it actually came with that sheath, so I thought it was a good deal. So we're going to pop those in a little later on in the review, and you can see how they look. But right out of the package, here is Bucky just standing straight up and down right out of the package, and you can see, man, he's got a lot of nice detail to go over. He looks good. He looks really cool. I love this particular look for Bucky, or the Winter Soldier here. I love that star on his arm. The arm looks incredible. It's not metal, it is plastic, but the functionality here is great. Taking a closer look at Bucky up close here, man, this head sculpt just really does it for me. It looks incredible. You have these nice straps going across his arm that are molded and sculpted onto the upper body. He has this beautiful butterfly hinge here. Nice. I love this jacket. Now it's coming across black on camera, but it is actually like a dark brown color in hand. You can see it really well. You have this loose piece here for this holster. Now this is a knife sheath for the smaller, and you can see there's even a little ring knife sculpted on. I love these pouches, but man, look, check this out. You get little grenades that are painted gold for his weapon that he doesn't come with. And then he does come with 2 sheaths on the back, and that's for these little knives. They just slide right in, and they do only go in one way. So if you are trying to put this one in like that, you'll see that it doesn't really want to go in. You definitely want to turn that around and get it to go in the other way, and it slides in perfectly. And I love that. This nice little detail there. And then you can slide this knife into his side holster, nice little sheath on his side. But it is very loose, and if you turn the figure upside down, it is going to slide out. Nice sculpted pockets and straps and line work all over the pants of the figure. That star is actually sculpted in. It's inset. It's not just painted on, which is super nice. I love the knee pads here, the boots, the sculpting work on this guy is incredible. As far as articulation goes, yeah, if you tilt it too far back, his head is going to pop right off. He can only tilt back about that far because of the hair, which is not very far at all. He can lean forward all the way. Looks great. He's got lots of range of motion here, tilting all over the place. Arms can go out and hit that T-pose, absolutely no problem. This is Mafex, so you're going to get all the articulation that you can possibly want or need. You can rotate the arm all the way around, and again, that beautiful butterfly joint on both sides is more of a cuff because it kind of rotates all the way around. And it allows for some really good cross-body action. You can really get those arms across the front of his body, no problem. It looks really, really nice. I'm digging it. I love it so much. He does have the upper bicep swivel rotation there on both arms. His arms are double jointed, and they move so smoothly. That wrist, that elbow joint is so smooth. And then he does have a hinge and swivel on the wrist. It's like kind of like a little ball peg, and it swivels, so you can get all kinds of range of motion there. He does have 2 points of articulation on his chest, his abdomen and upper diaphragm joint, so he can lean all the way forward, and he can lean this far back. And the really good thing is they sculpted that jacket, the lower abdomen part, pretty nice and pretty far up in there, so when you're leaning back, you're not going to get too much gappage. He does rotate at both of those. Yeah, does he have a drop down joint? I can't really tell. It feels really tight. A little bit of rotation at the top. Legs can go all the way forward and back, and oh yeah, he does. I just had to loosen it up. There is a quite a bit of a drop down joint, so you drop that down and his leg can go all the way forward and then back that far. Yeah, that is quite a bit of a drop down. He does have double jointed knees, and just got to get this lower leg to bend there, and then that's about as far back as you're going to get, which is really good. I'm okay with that. No knee swivel, no upper boot cuff swivel. He does have a hinge, a rocker, swivel for the foot, and then even toe articulation, and I'm glad that the toes are nice and tight and they don't fall apart. They don't just flop all around. So let's pop on the different heads here and show off what that looks like, and man, that looks really good. I think the half mask is probably what I'm going to go with on my shelf. I really dig that, but man, this look here is just, man, he is just a beast. He looks so incredible. I dig that so much. He's so scary. Let's see here with this hand. Let's pop this hand off. The hands come off very nicely. And we're going to go with the trigger finger hands because, like I said, I'm very glad that Mafex included this, even though that we didn't get guns. It's almost like they were anticipating you putting your own guns with this guy. And then, like I said, I picked up some weapons from Gridiron Studios. These weren't that expensive. I think, I think all in with shipping, I think these two cost me somewhere around like $25, something like that. But I do love this. This is very close to what he used in the movie. It has a removable clip, or magazine. I'm sorry. The magazine is like a dark gray, whereas the gun is like a black, cast out all in black. It may do good to have like a little wash because, Bucky was never careful with his weapons. He would use them and they're all, kind of dinged up. So maybe a little paint scrape on that, some dry brushing would look good. But yeah, it just looks incredible. It looks really good. Let's see if we can pop this hand off and maybe give him a hand where it's sort of being supportive of the gun. I forgot to show off these hands a minute ago. I'm so sorry. These work with the shield. I'll show you how that works. We know how it works with Cap. You saw it in the Cap video, but I will show you how it works with Bucky as well. Let's get one of these hands on that's kind of like splayed out. Help him hold the gun up a little bit. Hold the weight of the gun. And there you have it. Oh man, just kind of gotta tilt the arm up a little bit and tilt the gun down a little bit to get him kind of like really holding the weight of that gun. But it looks nice. Let's turn our attention to the sidearm here and the sheath, or the drop down. So he didn't really use a gun like this. I would have preferred it not to have this light on the end, but you know, this little pouch here looks really nice. It's nicely detailed. It's got a lot of rings and loops on it. Again, this gun and holster came together as a set, and I thought, well, instead of buying a different gun and a different holster, I'd just get a little set that comes together. There's a little plug on the end for plugging in sort of like blast effects. But let's see how well this sheath fits on him. It is a soft and rubbery plastic. Man, it looks really good, and it fits very nicely. That is not going to like droop down on him. It's not going to slide off. It looks really good. It fits on there really tight and nice. And then there he is. He has a little sidearm going on, and then I dropped that little knife. It kind of slid out, but yeah, it looks really good. I have a couple of other weapon sets coming. One from Reveltech, I think maybe work nice with this guy. But yeah, I'm glad to have some actual pistols. I'm not sure why he didn't come with guns. I don't know if that's a Disney thing, a Marvel thing. Not sure. I do want to show these off. I'll show you how these work. Now, we did see how these worked with Cap, but you really just want to plug this in just like any other hand. It's got this little clear support. Now, the clear support, what it's going to do is it's going to slide in the little strap there on the bottom, and then the shield is going to slide in between the plastic part and his hand. So you want to make sure that fits into one of the straps for support, and then the hand just kind of fits over it like that. And it looks like he's either throwing it or catching it. It looks really good. And man, I'm really happy that he came with this dirty shield, because Cap came with a really clean shield and then a blue shield. And so now between these two, we get 3 different looks for the shield, and I dig that. And that's a really nice attention to detail. And it just fits with Bucky's kind of like, you know, kind of broken and dirty and war-torn nature. So it's a good little touch there. So let's see here. Let's get this guy standing straight up and down. I want to pose him next to Cap and see how he poses up next to Cap. Let's take a closer look at that. And then bringing Cap in here, you can see that they are pretty much the exact same height here. Now, of course, Cap is a little more bulkier, as he should be. But yeah, they are looking really nice next to one another. I think they fit very well. And you lean them up back to back, and you can see, yep, they are pretty much head and shoulders, identical heights, and I dig that. I think it's going to look great. So let's get Bucky into some backgrounds and into some lighting and see how he poses up. I knew when I saw both of these figures released from Mafex, or teased from Mafex, that I'd have to get both of them. The Winter Soldier is probably my favorite of all of the Marvel movies. His story with Steve is just incredible. I love their dynamic. I love their fight. I love the way that that movie was shot and directed. It was so beautiful. And I think these guys go great with one another. You can't have one without the other. You really need them. And they're very well kitted out. Would I have liked it if Mafex had included his machine gun and his submachine gun? Absolutely. That's probably a Disney Marvel thing. And but you know what? Those guns are easily found, and you know, unfortunately, you do have to buy them separately and add to this guy. But I love the colors. I love the sculpted detail. The arm is beautiful. I love how he pairs with Cap. I love that he comes with some accessories you could use with Cap. I'm still not a fan of how these shield straps fit over the back of the shield and how they connect. I think that's something weird is going on there. I don't know what would have been better. Maybe magnets or anything would have been better than what they did. This execution is just not the best. And I you know, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to fret, because, you know, Bucky's not really going to be using that shield. I do have to worry about it with Cap, but not Bucky. And I do think these weapons fit very well with him. So head on over to Gridiron Studios, check out their wares, and see if you can find something good for your Bucky. Or let me know in the comments down below what guns you'll be buying and where, and maybe I'll pick them up for mine as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over on Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.